All right, guys, so the first line of defense that we're looking at is our foot defense, okay? Remember, there's 3 lines of defense in boxing. There's foot, hand, and trunk defense. So we're gonna go through all of those sections individually, but I feel like the most important defense to understand is our foot defense. One of the main reasons is it gets us in and out of trouble, and it's always where the fight starts. When we first start boxing, we're always gonna be at a range where we need to use our feet to either attack or defend. Because we'll be at that long range to start off with, all right? So first of all, you know, my boy James over here is going to be helping us out with this instructional today. Obviously a very experienced fighter, and it's going to be an absolute pleasure for me to work with him. We're going to try and get all of this information out to you guys so that you can break it down. And whether you take all of this information down, whether you take bits and pieces of it, I know there's something that's going to be here which is going to be good for you guys to add to your game, all right? So let's have a look at our foot defense first. We want to be able to understand our range, most importantly, before we begin. So first thing, when we start off in our boxing stance, we usually start off at a long range distance, okay? So long range is basically outside of punching range, okay? And this is where we'd usually start. Now, foot defense is so important. The first movement which we're going to work on is a bounce back, so bouncing ourselves out of range. It's so important because it takes away every single punch in the book, all right? So it's really important that we understand this movement, because if we have a puncher who knows how to throw a really good right hand, a really good left hook, a really good uppercut, our bounce back will actually get rid of all of those punches regardless of what they throw. And if he's the type of boxer, or if he's the type of athlete that really knows how to hide his shots, then I don't need to worry about making sure I'm taking the right punch away or taking away the correct punch, because I know my footwork's going to get me in and out of trouble. All right, so let's have a look at it. First of all, we're going to be at this long range, and James is going to throw a jab. A bounce back is basically me taking my rear leg out of range and then bouncing straight back in. All right, so jab, in and out, in and out, in and out. Okay, so boxing is a dance. When you first start boxing, all right, you're going to be moving with your opponent. All right, so let's just say, for an example, me and James are moving around. We're at this range here where we're trying to either be on or off the line. All right, on the line basically means I could throw a strike and I could land it. Off the line means I'm out of range to not get hit. So if James moves forward, I want to be able to move back. If I move forward, James is going to move back. So we're dancing with each other, okay? When James decides to throw a strike, I might see a little bit of a hint that he's going to throw a punch. Yeah, he might be cocking his shoulder back, or he might be loading up a hip, or he might be setting up some sort of feint. Throw any punch you want. Boom, 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 boom.